The Whispering Forest. Long ago, beyond the rolling hills and silver blue rivers, there lay a place no traveler dared to chart. The villagers spoke of it only in hushed tones, calling it the Whispering Forest. The reason was simple. Those who entered claimed to hear voices drifting on the wind, gentle at times, but strange enough to frighten anyone who did not understand. Some believed it was haunted by restless spirits. Others whispered that it was a sacred place, touched by magic. But to young Elara, a curious and bright-eyed girl, the forest was more of a mystery than a danger. Unlike others in her village, she did not tremble at the thought of voices on the wind. She felt, deep in her heart, that the forest was trying to tell a story no one had ever listened to. Elara lived with her grandmother, a kind woman who often told her tales by firelight. One story spoke of a guardian spirit bound by an ancient curse, hidden deep within the Whispering Forest. Her grandmother would always end the tale with a warning. Never enter those woods, child. Magic can be both beautiful and dangerous. But the more she heard it, the more Elara's curiosity grew. One crisp autumn evening, as the sun painted the sky in streaks of orange and gold, Elara made up her mind. With nothing but a small lantern and her grandmother's silver locket around her neck, she set out toward the forest. The moment she stepped past the first trees, the air changed. It shimmered with a golden haze, almost like sunlight trapped between the leaves. The forest floor glowed faintly, dotted with mushrooms that pulsed like tiny lanterns. Fireflies hovered in clusters, brighter than any stars, and the bark of the trees seemed to sparkle as though dusted with starlight. Instead of silence, Elara heard a soft hum in the air. At first it was faint, like a distant song, but soon it grew clearer. The whispers. Yet, they were not frightening at all. They were tender, almost like lullabies carried by the wind. As she wandered deeper, Elara spotted movement near a fallen tree. There, curled in the shadows, was a fox unlike any she had ever seen. Its fur was white as snow, and its eyes shone like emeralds. To her amazement, the fox lifted its head and spoke, "Elara, I have been waiting for you." Elara froze. The locket around her neck glowed warmly, as if responding to the fox's words. Heart-pounding, she asked, "Who are you?" The fox's voice was soft, but filled with sorrow. "I am the guardian of this forest. Long ago, a curse bound me into this form. Only one pure of heart, unafraid of magic, can help break it. That one is you." Though startled, Elara felt no fear. She nodded bravely. "Tell me what I must do." The forest itself began to test her. When thorny vines blocked her path, they only parted when she spoke to them kindly, asking permission instead of forcing her way through. When she reached a river, its waters rose, threatening to sweep her away, until she listened closely. Beneath the rushing current was a melody. She hummed along, and the waters calmed, allowing her to cross. Even when eerie shadows danced across her path, she stood tall, refusing to run, and the shadows melted into harmless mist. With each trial, Elara's courage and compassion grew stronger. Finally, the fox led her to the heart of the forest, where a tree older than time itself stood. Its trunk was massive, its branches stretched toward the stars, and its roots pulsed with golden light. The whispers now grew into a chorus, guiding her forward. "Place the locket into the hollow of the tree," the fox instructed. Hands trembling, Elara obeyed. The moment the locket touched the hollow, the forest erupted with light, so dazzling it felt as though dawn itself had been born anew. The vines shimmered with silver, the rivers turned crystal clear, and every leaf glowed like a jewel. Before her eyes, the fox began to change. His form stretched taller, his fur becoming a cloak of silver leaves, his eyes turning deep and wise. Standing before her now was not a fox, but the true guardian of the forest, free at last. He bowed deeply. "You have broken the curse. You have freed not only me, but the forest itself. From this day forward, these woods shall be a place of wonder, not fear." Elara returned to her village carrying a piece of golden bark, a gift from the guardian. It shimmered endlessly, proof of the forest's living magic. At first, the villagers were stunned, but soon they began to see the forest differently. They no longer feared it, but learned to walk its paths with respect, listening to its whispers. Now voices of welcome, not warning. And so the Whispering Forest became a place where courage and kindness thrived, where magic and humans lived in harmony. Moral: true magic is not found in spells or treasures, but in kindness, bravery, and the courage to see beauty where others see fear. And if you want to guide little minds through stories, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and hit the bell on Compass Kids Studio.